Again, I'm looking for very simple patterns. And again, I'm looking at this thing saying, gee, looks like the difference of perfect squares. So I'm going to put a6 minus 1 and then a6 plus 1. All right? Then the question comes, what are you going to do now? Well, I'm looking at that a6 minus 1, and I'm seeing difference of perfect squares again. Let me write that down for you. And that would be a cubed minus 1, a cubed plus 1 times a6 plus 1. Right? Then I'm looking at this thing. What am I seeing now? I'm seeing the difference of perfect cubes and the sum of perfect cubes. And let me write that down for you. This would be a minus 1. I'm doing the first factor, which is a cubed minus 1, and factoring it. And that would be then a squared plus a plus 1. Let me do the second factor, and that's the sum of perfect cubes. That's going to be a plus 1 times a squared minus a plus 1. And last but not least, you get a6 plus 1. Now, by the way, I'm going to get my red pen out, and I want to see if they've got as an answer what I'm saying the answer is. Let's take a look at it. It might be in different order, the factors, but that doesn't bother me too much. And let's take a look. And do I have a plus 1? Yep. Do I have a minus 1? Yep. Do I have a squared plus 1? No, I don't have it. Do I have a squared plus a plus 1? Yep. Do I have a squared minus a plus 1? Yeah. So then the question comes is, I'm missing somebody. And this is going to happen to you in a problem set. These sometimes going to be very long. And there's somebody, let me point out what it is, over here that I failed to factor. And someone says, why is that? Well, I don't know. Maybe I just simply didn't want to look at them. Here's the deal, though. I can factor that. Let me write that down. And again, we're checking ourselves. And the question is, what is that? That's actually the sum of perfect cubes. Whoops, sorry about that. And when you're doing the problems in this problem set, there's multiple factorizations in them, and that's the problem. You may lose one, forget to look at it, whatever. And again, it's important you understand what we're doing over here. So this factors perfect cubes, and I want to point out that would be a cubed. Let me say, I'm sorry, that's a squared cubed. I'm sorry, plus 1 cubed. And if you factor that, what would you get? Well, you get a squared plus 1, and then you would get a4 minus a squared plus 1. So this guy here factors this thing over here, all right? Let's just check that. A squared plus 1, a4 minus a squared plus 1. So let me point out what the word factor means. Now, you might think factor just means, well, if you get it, I'm sorry about that. If you get one factorization, but it's not complete, that's okay. It's not okay. You got to go to the end. What does the end mean? You're looking at this, and you want to factor it completely. This over here could still be factored. It wasn't factored completely. When you look at the key, though, make sure you know you've come short, and you want to get there. All right? Thank you.